Hey Big Brother fans, we're here with a review of episode 9, a day late. We started the episode tonight, or that night, last night, with the very ending of the nomination ceremony where Helen told Aaron and Caitlin that they're strong competitors and I want to give you the opportunity to compete in the POV. And at that point, I guess I wasn't paying attention when they did it earlier, the nominations, but it was kind of like a death toll for Jeremy. Like, I'm giving them the chance, but oops, sorry, I'm not going to give you the chance. Aaron says that she's a straight shooter, and so that's why they want her out, and that's why she was nominated. Jeremy knew that he was going to be put up as the MVP choice, so wasn't he surprised when it came through and he wasn't? When he wasn't, then that's when he knew he was being backdoored. The cool part is that he has been quite accepting of the fact, and he's actually been a decent human being. Having watched tonight's episode, we find out why. Caitlin won the MVP, and sorry, I have chicken scratch notes. And Caitlin says I need to win. Aaron is the target, and so what she was planning on doing was staying up there, and knowing that Aaron was the target, allowing that to happen. However, we find out later in the episode that she was more or less bullied or threatened or told, basically, if you don't use it, you'll go home. So, it was, and they basically told her that so if he doesn't go home tonight, this week, he will go in the next 2 weeks, because if he happened to be the HOH, he wouldn't be able to run for HOH again the week after that, and then that's when they would make sure that he got home. But then, that also is all chance too, because, who's to say that he wasn't going to be pulled for the POV in the next coming weeks or whatever. So if Caitlin had really thought about that one, maybe she would have, but like I said, it was her or Jeremy was going to leave the game, and they both came in alone, and they came in to win this money, so she was smart to use it when she won the POV. Helen knew that Alyssa was going to get the MVP, and some of the things that she was saying, like, I know that we can control her and we can control that vote. I'm becoming a non-fan of that fact. Helen wasn't the first person to say that we can use her for the MVP vote. Many other people have, and in fact Spencer was the first one to bring it up several episodes ago. But I'm becoming quite irritated at the fact that everybody is, just assuming that they're going to use her and the special power that she's continually getting. And I guess we learned that no one was going to come between her and her MVP vote this week, didn't we? So I'm really glad that Alyssa is showing a little bit more fortitude. A lot of people in the chat rooms are saying, she sucks. All she's doing is getting this MVP over and over again. She has no game, blah, blah, blah. But basically, from the minute that she entered the game, she was pretty much picked on because of her relationship with her sister. And so in order to avoid being picked on and or the target of meanness, because she really is a sweet person, she just kept quiet, and if that's her strategy, and if people think that that's not no game, then so be it. Because she, like I said, she continues to get the MVP, and she's getting things done. She is getting things done. Helen called up Spencer to come clean with her about the moving company, etc., and he ended up ratting out Howard. So he immediately went downstairs and told Howard, I told her everything. You need to go up there. You need to square it off with her, and he did. But you know what? He lost his chance. He lost all footing, good footing with the team, because of the fact that he lied when he was told, just come clean, tell me everything, And you know what? In a way, that was wrong, for them to do that. It's like, that was part of his game. And, holding that against him, even though they knew that he was a part of it. I don't know. I'm just, Helen's HOH ship, was just, it was interesting. Her colors began to show, basically. It went to her head is basically what it was. She felt like she was the ultimate ruler, and if you didn't answer her questions to her her liking, then you became someone that was against her. And isn't that a little pot calling the kettle black when they were, when Aaron immediately said, who voted out David, and wanted to put them on slot for the week, so to me, it's kind of the same, it was just, I'm gonna find out who you are, and then I'm gonna persecute you. So, she didn't call it, I think Spencer called it strong arming. I call it, other people would call it bullying. I think she called it blackmailing. I'm not sure. Either way, it's all the same thing, basically. I can't, I don't know. There's something wrong with my voice for some reason, and it's the weather. It's the fog is out there. McCrae and Amanda have an agenda. They want Howard up and gone, but Alyssa doesn't want to be the bad guy with that move, and didn't want to do their dirty work for them. And she became quite mad because she wasn't part of the process on who was going to be nominated, put up and nominated. Yes, they're an alliance, but I always think that even though, everyone should process it together and decide or whatever, I still think that the ultimate person who should be making the nominations, regardless of what anybody else thinks, should be the HOH. That is one of the reasons why you win HOH. You are given that privilege to nominate two people that you want to go home. You're given the fancy room with your own bathroom and your music and your pictures and your goodies, and you don't have to be a have-not for the week. Those are your privileges as an HOH. So when people start expecting that they need to be a part of the process of who is nominated, I think they're delusional. I don't care if you're their alliance. So in a way, I don't agree with Alyssa in that. Just as she is the sole person who is allowed to do who she feels is the person that should go up for the MVP, which she did, so I don't know how I'm not knowing how these people are thinking, and it's driving me nuts. Alyssa wanted to speak with Helen about the MVP vote, and she said, I want to know, do you only like me because of the MVP vote? Do you like me because you genuinely like me? And then of course Helen immediately comes out and says, oh no, I genuinely like you. You're like my best friend in this house. But yet you also see her in the background talking about, we can use Alyssa and we can use her power with the MVP. So what is it? I think they genuinely like one another. They do spend a lot of time together. She did make an effort, even though no one liked Alyssa, to make a point of hanging out with her. They're the mom squad, et cetera, et cetera. So, I know that she's genuinely a friend, but there still is that element of using her because of that MVP vote. They were divided between Spencer and Howard being put up, so they decided to call in McCrae and Amanda. And of course, we've already said they already have their own agenda. They really want Howard out, but Alyssa, and something that they did not show on the show was Alyssa went in and she had to go put in her MVP vote. Okay, and when she came back, she's so bad at lying. She said, you guys, I don't think I got it because they didn't ask me for a vote. I don't think I got it, And they were like, come on, bullshit, you got it, Anyway, she lied very badly, and they called her out on it, and she just revealed, you know what, I ended up putting up Spencer because I couldn't put Howard up, and they got really mad at her, Amanda and McCrae, because they kept saying, we did what was necessary to keep you here, and now you're asking us out by, not putting Howard up and you putting Spencer up. And she goes, well, if Howard isn't the target, and he's going to be pulled down anyway, and Jeremy is going to be backdoored, what is the point? Why do we have to worry about him being put up there? But they said they wanted a second best, so just in case they weren't able to backdoor Jeremy, they wanted Howard in that position to get rid of Howard, which ridiculously, the point that Alyssa was trying to make was, then he should have been put up. If that's what you wanted, then he should have been put up instead of Aaron and Caitlin, then Aaron and Howard, and then, with the possibility of having Jeremy being put in that backdoor position. They didn't understand it, etc., etc. They got back together. They're all friends, lovey-dovey, whatever. So the MVP was revealed, and it was Spencer, and it was POV time. So it was time to pick the players. So the nominees, of course, and the HOH always play. So then Gina Marie and Candace were the other players. And Jeremy said that he really wanted to play, and at that point he knew that he was going to be backdoored. Judd was the host. He did a pretty good job at doing it, and Helen takes Candace and Spencer aside and upstairs and says, you guys really need to win this one so Spencer can come down and Jeremy can go up. So Candace says, so if I win it, I take Spencer down. And she's like, yeah. So we need to take him down, and then we need to put Jeremy up in that space. So Caitlin said that she did not want to sit next to Jeremy because she didn't want to be up there with him together and be a crybaby. So she at that point decided that she wanted Aaron gone, so she was going to start a campaign. So she asks Gina Marie not to use it if she wins, and Gina Marie didn't know what to do. She said, I'm torn between the two girls. They're both her friends. If she won, Aaron would expect her to take her down. If she, and same with Caitlin. So, it's like, what does she do? What does she do, right? Amanda told Caitlin that if she wins, to make sure she takes herself down, or she was going to get be put up, or she would be the one going home. And so they played the POV, and it was called Keeping Up with the Joneses. They had to jump on a trampoline to look over a wall, and they had to look at pieces of art, and then they had to line up the pieces of art to match the art that was on the wall across the way. So we had everybody playing, and we got Caitlin, who won the POV, and Spencer came in at 12 minutes. No, Gina Marie came at 12 minutes. Was it Gina Marie 12 minutes? Really? I thought it was Spencer that was 12 minutes, but he came in at 9:50. Caitlin went at 7 minutes and 9 seconds. Then Caitlin hatches a plan to get Helen to put up Howie, and Helen revealed her choice that Jeremy, it was going to be either Jeremy or Howard, but the house wanted Jeremy gone. And Caitlin told her, if you keep him here, you would own him during this game. And while the option was really a really good idea, knowing his background, the way he's played to date, I don't know that I would have trusted him either. So, and like I said, he was a really, really good sport during this week, and he took it like a man. He's remembering that this is a game and it's not personal, and it's refreshing when gamesters go out that way. So, what's going on out there? Caitlin considered biting the bullet and staying up and not using the veto, but because she felt that Aaron and Spencer were bigger threats. But then in the long run, she ended up taking herself off the block. And then Helen nominated Jeremy. And that is the end of that episode. When I complete watching episode 10, I will do my review then. Till then, in an hour or so, I'll see you. Bye.